identity, not because of ethnicity, not because of nationality, or any of those things, or those factors that played in. When a man or a woman is politely asking you, "Hey, sir, do you mind moving, your boat because another showboat is about to come in, and we need the room so that way they could properly park and anchor themselves." Now, I'm pretty sure that this man did not come at that man hostile. He did not come at that man malicious. He probably didn't come at that man in any way, shape, form, or fashion that maybe a lot of the colored, Caucasian, or white people are thinking of. First of all, actually, if I'm not mistaken, that man actually probably asked him in the most nicest and calm way ever. However, due to the simple fact that the colored man or Caucasian man was belligerent and highly intoxicated, and probably already had the intention in his mind of wanting to swing on this black man. So he decided to, because he let his emotions and his thoughts and his feelings override what was going on with him during that time of his intoxication. So he decided to say, fuck it. I'm just going to swing at this dude. Who the fuck is he? He ain't going to tell me what to do. So then once he swung, all hell broke loose. So when you saw the man throw his hat up, he like, all right, well, since you're sitting up here being aggressive and shit, I'm going to have to do my best to protect myself. Now, he probably didn't want to do any of that. He probably didn't want to lead to those situations and circumstances. However, the situation really required for him to defend himself and protect himself. So then what happened? Then what happened was he started getting jumped by at least, it was first, then a woman came in the red dress. Then all of a sudden, everybody else started coming and swinging on him. Now, I know y'all guys saw what I saw, and I know I'm not misinterpreting it or misconstruing the information. However, I'm looking at the situation like, what would you do in a situation like that? How do you expect for me to be peaceful? And you, or maybe due to the simple fact that it had to play a race card, that I was black and I asked you, you didn't agree with what I was saying, so you decided to take a swing at me and to see whether or not you wanted to test the waters of this black man. Now, knowing that this man has been doing his job, I ain't been bothering nobody. He just asked you a nice question. And these are the things that we get in return as far as being nice. All right, cool. My reaction to this, I do not condone violence. I don't in any way, shape, form, or fashion. If it can be avoided as much as possible, it will be. However, there are some situations where violence, and I'm not even going to lie to you, and you can tell me if I'm lying, is necessary for people to understand the type of person you are. Now, a lot of people don't know that you're a peaceful person until you get violent. I'm going to say that one more time. A lot of people don't know that you're a peaceful person until you become violent, aggressive. Nah, that's not the situation. That's not even right and exact. For you to jump on that man for nothing because he was doing his job and his duty and responsibility as a boat keeper or a gatekeeper for the boats, I don't know what his position is. I just know that he was performing his position to the best of his capacity, of his knowledge to do. So if this was like colored people come out of nowhere and just start jumping on him, what do you want that man to do? And then I respected the man it was so serious that the man came from his showboat to jump over into the river to swim over there to protect that man. That's some supreme shit. Like I can't even give on here, and not professional, but I be wise with my language. So my thing is, when they took the caution, they started punching back. We started giving it back. This is the same precipice of how things get started. It's like night and day, black and white. And when you see it like that, you're like, oh, this is a racist thing. No, this was a person. Like I said, I'm not for violence, but that's sometimes what leads to us showing you that we some peaceful people. Pardon me. We some peaceful people. But you guys promote violence in our eyes so many times where we back off and we become passive. Then all of a sudden you want to be aggressive, but when we become aggressive, you want to become passive, and then act like we in the wrong, like we're the aggressor, we're the aggressors, and we're not. But the fucked up thing is this, and I'm gonna tell you like this: let that would have been the shoe on the other foot. Let that would have been. We see you always gotta flip it into the reversal polarities of that situation and see the narrative from a different perspective, what do you think would have happened? You think the same thing, the same results would have happened? That black guy was that white man, and he was doing his job, and that black man came out of nowhere and started just wailing on his ass because he was drunk and he was belligerent and intoxicated. How do you think that man's gonna feel? He'll be like, well, I was over here just doing drugs, and he's gonna call the cops immediately. But us, we're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are you bugging out on us? Like, what's going on? Like, I'm sitting here just doing my job. I just ask you to please move your boat because we had a show boat coming, and we want to make sure that this area is clear so that way when the show boat comes, everything is all right. But unfortunately, you wanted to use your little squad and got whooped. Now, a lot of y'all Caucasians and colored people are going to be mad about and upset at the status quo because now we done got violent and belligerent with you guys. Exchange ain't no robbery. It is not no robbery. This is not highway robbery. This is racism at its finest. Did you see that? Why all of a sudden that man out of all things, out of all days of the week, out of all years of the months and months of the years, like he decided to come out of nowhere. He probably saw that man 1,000 times doing that job. And he probably was over there with his boat. Maybe, I don't know. What I'm just saying is that, yo, see the shit that happens with us? When psychologically keep that embedded and instilled in our brain for us to protect ourselves at all times. And you think that that shit that we did, that's just the tip of the iceberg, my man. There's a whole lot of other shit that's going on in this world. Like, since that shit situation happened, there's been a lot of riots happening around the world, if you haven't been paying attention. Things in Florida happen, at a mall, at Walmart. I'm telling you, even in New York. Check it out. You think I'm playing? That's how viral this shit went. It got so serious that motherfuckers started making the trend for buying all the chairs out at Home Depot and at Lowe's and that other every store that has those chairs. And I know a lot of people like, yeah, that shit funny as hell. Yeah, it's a trend because you don't understand that black people or original men and women are the ones that set the trend for a lot of shit in this world. You see how they want to be like us so bad, but however, they cannot wipe us out or kill us in any way, shape, form, or fashion, no matter what the situation is? That's exactly what I'm talking about. So when a motherfucker sit up here coming in your face and sitting here talking about some white supremacy or wearing a fucking hoodie, a white hoodie, talking about some Ku Klux Klan shit, you gonna look at that motherfucker and laugh at him talking about some white supremacy. There ain't no such thing as white supremacy. There's nothing supreme about being colored. Now, a lot of times individuals don't want to acknowledge the simple fact that this was a racist car because of the mere fact that this black man was doing his job and what she was doing it very, very well because he wasn't bothering nobody yet. This in that situation or circumstance, how would you have handled that? You feel what I'm saying? That's what you got to understand. So like I said, this is just my reaction, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I wasn't feeling that shit. You know, even though I was a straight racist car, and I'm going to say that because you know what? A lot of individuals don't want to say that, but I'm going to say that. And for those of you that have the comments or something like that, feel free to. Because I would love to have this debate with anybody. I don't give a fuck if you white, black, purple, yellow, green, blue. It doesn't matter. Wrong is wrong, period. And that shit should have never went down. If that man would have been if he would have been sober, I feel that he wouldn't have done that. Because he would have probably thought about it and was like, nah, it ain't that serious. But since he was belligerent, he already had the thought in his mind and in his heart. You gotta think from the abundance of... But anyways, I'll build y'all soon. Y'all have a good one. Peace.